I'm with Chris from EAanalytics here today, and I want to talk to you, Chris, about door knocking. Talk to me.
Door knocking.
Does it work?
Door knocking, in my opinion, is a necessary evil. Okay, I've actually had estate agents send me emails, send me messages via Facebook, having a go at me about advocating door knocking and canvassing in general. And this is my point. If you're not ready to roll up your sleeves, get out there and fight for your market share, just close up shop. Just stop. And if you're already getting enough business that you don't need to, don't moan at the ones that haven't. Okay? Because the marketplace, I look at it as a cake, right? A cake where every agent has already taken a piece. So if you want to come into the market or you want a bigger slice, there's no more slices left, right? What can you do?
You have to take it from the
You have to take it from somebody else. And
that's not fair, is
And
it?
if they're not eating it, why not? It's just going to waste. Eat the cake and be happy, or don't eat the cake and I'll eat it for you, right? And that goes back to door knocking. You know, at the end of the day, some people have to fight for market share. If a property's been on the market a while, or even if it hasn't been on the market for a while, knock on the door. It's an opportunity to introduce yourself. It may not necessarily be that you're knocking on the door to nick the instruction, but there is someone who has shown an interest in selling their property, is likely to be looking to buy a property.
Rightmove tells you how long it's been on the market, and you should know how if it's out of sold agency.
Exactly. And if it isn't, how do you know they haven't signed up a multiple agency agreement?
Good point.
Okay, so
knock on the door. A lot of people say don't know what to say. So any tips out there for the guys in the estate agency?
Yeah, first thing is hello, and
hello. That's quite.
Yeah. You know, don't get tongue-tied. Knock on the door. Have a reason. Maybe you've dropped a letter beforehand.
Yes.
You know, maybe you've dropped a letter saying, "Hi, I've noticed your property in the market. That's brilliant. I'm glad you've chosen your agent, but maybe I can help you find a property."
Classic. Right. I actually did a video. I'll put a link below. What's called the frozen pea method. So you're not slagging the.
No, not at all.
You're not saying, "Oh, you're on the market with shitola agent."
No, never.
Never?
No.
They're rubbish, they are. They only open 7 days a week. We open 8 days a week.
That's not a tactic that's ever going to help you, in my opinion. I think you need to praise them for the decision they've made. Okay? If you tell them they're on with a shit agent, excuse my French.
No, that's fine.
You're actually insulting their intelligence.
Well, it's a bit like you drive a Beamer, I drive an Audi. If I said Beamers were rubbish, you wouldn't like me, and if you said vice versa, so you should never challenge someone's question.
Yeah. You're literally questioning their level of intelligence by telling them they're on with a poor estate agent.
So we say hello.
Say hello.
Go back with the. Let's go back with the script.
My name's Chris. I sent you a letter last week. Did you get it? Oh, brilliant! Thank you for reading it. Just wanted to see if I could help you find a property. Or you know, how's it going? How many viewings did you have last week? And just start a conversation. You know,
be human.
Be human.
Can estate agents be human?
Yes, they can, and most of them are.
Any other tips on the after the word hello and what you're looking for?
No, it's just starting a conversation and building that relationship.
Building relationships.
Yeah, build relationship. It may be that you don't get their business, but they may refer some business to you, right? You know, people know people in the area, and door knocking comes in many formats, Chris. You know, I think when we speak of door knocking, we think, we're touting for business and we're trying to steal that property, but there's other forms of door knocking. How about door knocking the neighbours when you take a property on the market, right? So you take a property on the market, and this comes into the conversation about fees and stuff like that, but you take a property on the market, you door knock the houses around it and introduce yourself. How many times have you had a property on the market where you've got a board up, and the next day, the next week, the neighbour goes on with somebody else? Right, so if you'd have door knocked those properties when you introduced yourself, when you took that one on.
And what's the reason for not knocking on the houses around?
To introduce yourself and say, look, my name's Chris, I'm going to be selling the property at number 34. If you know anyone, here's my card, let me know.
Nice touch.
Right?
Nothing offensive on that one?
Nothing offensive on that one. Oh, he was a nice guy, how nice was that? Oh, the guy, how nice was that? Maybe when I'm looking to sell in the future,
people buy from people, don't they?
Buy from people, right? And then you sell the property. What do you do now? You go back round. Go back round to those people you knocked on the door.
Well,
and
surely do a 2020 leaflet.
Oh yeah, you can do that. But knocking on the door and introducing yourself is going to be different, right?
Because the 2020 leaflet's only going to go with the kebab leaflets.
It could do. But what about, why not, instead of a 2020 leaflet, why not send out the property particulars? You know, something we've forgotten to do as estate agents. We still order the property particulars and they stay in the drawer because everyone looks on the internet, right?
Yeah.
So use the property particulars for something else. Use them as your leaflet.
To get more.
Yeah, right. So,
because you've also got nosy neighbour syndrome. So
exactly.
So at least you're actually giving them something nice.
You're giving them something to look at.
Touchy-feely.
Oh, isn't their marketing lovely? Oh, they send out particulars.
Nice thick paper. Thicker paper.
Professional photographs. Floor plan.
Fluffy clouds, even though someone's dropped them in. Yeah.
So, as I was saying, you go back round and you thank all those neighbours for helping you in the sale of the property.
You thank them.
You thank them. Even if they didn't help you, you thank them.
Because they're not going to turn around and say, I did nothing, because they'll feel embarrassed.
Exactly.
That's clever.
They're going to say to you, no problem at all, I was glad to help. And, you know, you've now formed a relationship with 20, 40 other people around that property.
That is classic. But most people don't get home till 6 o'clock at night, and most estate agents finish at 6 o'clock.
Well, stay half an hour later. Stay an hour later. You know, you've got to cultivate your market. If you're not ready to cultivate your market, to go out there and work, plough the field, so to speak.
Hard work.
Then don't be a farmer. You know, it's as simple as that. You need to get out there and cultivate, and it does take hard work. Yes, it does.
But there's no such thing in this world as an overnight success.
Well, there are sometimes, but for most people, you need to put the hard work in.
I would actually say the only overnight success you can have is winning the lottery in this world. Yep. After that, there's, you know, you see anything in life, anyone famous, they've put their work in. You know, Richard Branson, Alan Sugar, any business person, they've been at the bottom and worked themselves up. No one's just appears with shed loads of money.
That's right. We only see the overnight success, but we don't see the work that's put behind it.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, you know, you've been doing EAanalytics for quite a while, and you know, your profile has just come up and people say, well, he's an overnight success. No, you've been spending the last 4 or 5 years doing this, and your job in the estate agency before that. It's hard work. Yep. But if you put the hard work in and you've got patience, you'll win in this world.
You will reap the rewards for sure.
Good stuff.
For sure.
There you go. Thank you very much, Chris.
No problem, Chris.
Cheers.